I've watched my fair share of scary movies. Good ones, bad ones, good bad ones. And they usually teach us the same messages, that every creepy basement is haunted and everything older than your grandmother at a flea market is cursed. If this is presented as so matter of fact from Hollywood to our relatives, then why do so many people label you as superstitious when you even talk about them? So I got thinking, why haven't I seen a ghost? I haven't seen Bigfoot in the woods, or a shadow figure standing at the end of a hallway. And I've been in hundreds, if not thousands of hallways in my life. So I'd like to know, can a group of amateur ghost hunters find evidence beyond a doubt of the paranormal? This is our interview session with Sue from Three Sisters Rockin' Gems. Hello, Sue.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So, I have a couple questions here for you.
Okay.
Could you tell us about who you are and kind of what your business is?
Well, I have a business called Sisters Rockin' Gems, and we moved into a building down on 4th Avenue about 5 years ago. And the building is 105 years old, so some interesting things sometimes go on there. But when you walk in, it's like you walk into that building and it's such a nice, positive energy, peaceful feeling. But every once in a while, we get a few bumps going on around there.
Oh, interesting. Could you tell us a couple stories of what might go on there?
Well, we had a psychic there a couple years ago, and we had a evening of clairvoyance. So we had about 20 people in the audience, and we had a psychic. And my sister and I were sitting kind of over in the background, and the psychic was talking to people about family and friends that have passed on. And we heard this thump, thump, thump. Footsteps were super loud upstairs. Everybody heard it. I went running up there. There's like nobody up there.
Oh, wow.
So we've had a few different things. I had a customer probably last year, I think it was, and she came up to the counter and she said, I don't do this. This is not me. I don't know, but there's a lady back there and she says that I think she's her mom, and she said to tell you that she's here. And this customer was kind of freaked out, and I felt really bad for her. And she goes, this has freaked me out. Like, I've never experienced this before, but that's only happened the once. We've had a few people say, there's an older man and he's hunched over and he kind of wanders around the store. We've had a few people that have seen him, a few different people that have seen him. But I mean, most of the time it's pretty peaceful, and we've never had anything negative happen there. We did have an employee once that was in the back room, and my sister and I were out front, and she came out and she goes, "Where'd that man go?" And we're like, "There's nobody in here." And she knew that customers were not allowed in the back. And she's like, "Well, he was back there and he's tall and thin." And I said, "Hi, how are you?" And then he didn't even answer me, and he just kept walking, and he came out here. And then I thought I better come and check because I knew he wasn't supposed to be back there. And we're like, "There's nobody in the store." So we've had a couple things like that happen. We've had several employees that refused to go into the basement. Not sure why, but they just don't like the feeling of it down there. But yeah, we've had a few different things go on.
Wow.
Is it unlocked?
Hello.
I don't know why, but
I'm very interested in that. I wonder if it's just like a feeling that it gives off.
I get a feeling. It's a creepy feeling, but it is also, it's open. There's like a crawl space, so maybe it's just that. We don't know what's in that crawl space. The crawl space would be creepy.
Oh, is it accessible at all?
Oh yeah, it's open. It's totally open.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't crawled in there. I never would crawl in there.
Would you be opposed if I poked around a little bit?
Oh no, you can do whatever you want. I ain't going in there.
So I'm putting on the chest cam right now, and there's absolutely no elegant way to put this on that is manly.
if I see something that the camera is not pointed at, it's at least recorded, and then we can go back to it. So there's 100, everything I see is recorded and nothing is missed. All right, so now I am putting together the infrared GoPro. So this is a modded full spectrum GoPro. I've changed out the lens on this. So this will see infrared light. So what we can't see, this can see. And the theory is, can't see ghost. Maybe this helps. I'm a professional. Right, and we are good to go. This is probably flashing your camera, but you can't see it. So we'll leave that off for now. And I'll bring this case down eventually, but I will be carrying a voice recorder, and this will capture sound, anything we hear, and hopefully we can review it after. And if we go into a space, maybe it'll capture something that we didn't quite hear in person. It hears quite a bit better than any of us can, so that's good. We've got a homemade REM pod. We'll set that up, try and do a bit of a session. Some power, and the infamous EMF. This is electromagnetic frequency. This is usually also what people refer to as a K2 meter, although this isn't K2 branded. This is the famous like whoop 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 when there's ghosts around. And well, there's no ghosts here right now. But we'll do some walk-arounds with this and see if there's any electrical panels that are going to set off some spots so we don't think that there's ghosts when there's not. Okay, so I've heard a lot about this space from articles, from stories that Sue has kind of already told me, and I've never been there. So I've never seen this basement. I haven't seen this crawl space, but it's supposed to creep everyone out. So I'm gonna try and keep an open mind and just see if it just looks creepy and maybe it's just given that vibe. All right.
Gunshot wound. And then it'll say how old they were.
All right, so we are
like, it was just
going to
really
check it out now.
interesting. Like hangings, and the guy that made the ties, like a tie maker, he died
Hello.
by hanging. Which was kind of weird.
That's
Oh yeah.
It was
Oh.
the coolest. Yeah, there's that one, and then there's one down here.
There's two crawl spaces.
Yes. So it's just, I don't know.
Oh, it is kind of creepy looking.
Maybe they buried their bodies in there.
Ooh. Find a couple skeletons.
Yeah. There might be.
Ooh, looks spidery. But it'll be interesting to see what we can find in there. That'll be a good place for the infrared camera. I really don't like bugs and cobwebs on my face, so that's my biggest concern. Oh, that's perfect.
thank you.
Are we just gonna dive into this first?
Might as well.
Is this how we're opening?
There you go.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to use my flashlight on my phone.
Didn't you bring a flashlight?
I left it. It is spidery. I don't know if this is ghost related, but this is already flickering as soon as I got in here. So, okay, this
You're
I
scaring
am
him.
trying not to press the button, and it's actually flickering when I get in this hole. Okay, it stopped.
What are you seeing?
A lot of dirt, a lot of spider webs. There's like creepy roots growing. And there is kind of like a gap at least at one spot. So I'm just going to check out this gap and then call it a day from the crawl space.
How big is it?
It's probably like a foot high to crawl through.
How far back does it go?
So it goes all the way. I definitely cannot fit, but I can see the back. There is kind of like junk under here, but nothing identifiable, and nothing I'd probably risk to get. Yeah, other than that, a lot of dirt. Okay, so I'm pulling out the REM pod. This is pretty much like an EMF, but it's pretty much rigged up like an alarm. So I'll explain that if they want to communicate, they can touch the antenna, and that will make a noise and light for us. So let's just make some room, and we'll start that here. There's some wires that may set it off, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to test it. It's working. All right, so this will be the first time that we are trying to communicate. Oh, God. All right, I didn't get the introduction out, so hello. Spirits of the Corliss House. We are here, and we would very much like you to communicate for us. This is an opportunity for you to communicate. All you'll have to do is reach out, such as I'll explain. All right, and just like that. So if there is anyone that resides or has access to this crawl space, we are here and we are ready to listen. Not very chatty under here. Oh, that was me. I am ready to try somewhere else.
Was that a spirit?
That was not me. That. Would you not like me to try somewhere else? Because we're going to go to the rest of the house here. All right, we are stopping communication with who live in this crawl space, and we are going to continue on our way. Well, we did. We actually did get something. That's interesting. So the dirt was worth it. All right, well, we got the whole rest of the house to do, and I mean, if this crawl space, we got a little bit of a hit. We'll see what else is in store.
Someone had a message to say, and they just used any customer that they could find.
I felt so bad for her because she was really freaked out. So apparently my mom wanted me to know she was there, but I didn't see her. I've only seen one ghost myself, and it actually was my mom, but it was in 2009. My mom had passed away in 2002, and her husband passed away in 2009. So I was down cleaning out her house, and I went in the basement, and I came up, and there was a lady standing there. My mom passed away when she was 59. This person was about 18 or 20. But it looked like a real person, like it didn't look like a ghost. And I could tell you exactly what she was wearing, what shoes she had on, her hair, like just very detailed. She was about 5 feet away from me. And I started talking to her because I didn't know who she was. I'm trying to figure out how this person got in the house. And she never answered. And then after like a minute, she turned around and walked through the closed door and left.
Oh my God.
And then I'm like, oh my God, that was like the first ghost, the only ghost I've ever seen.
Oh,
So
that is crazy.
yeah. So I never saw her again until this poor customer saw her in the back of the store.
Okay, so I'm going to set this thing at full volume, and we're going to leave it here, and hopefully we'll be able to hear it from all across the house because it's very loud when it is all the way up. So. Well, that's too loud. Oh, okay. Oh, one thing I will do just to eliminate any questions is I'm just going to move this 1 foot over. All right. Voice check, voice check. Voice check. Let's just test the ground. See if anything is here.
What are you doing?
So I'm seeing, I would just like to confirm that there are no power lines under the floor here that is interfering with it to set it off if there's any fluctuation of electricity. And right now it is continuously reading nothing. Just to make sure the equipment is working correctly, we're going to go to a high power source, which will usually be near power lines, which we saw downstairs, to confirm that the equipment's working and we are not getting false readings or false nothing readings. So you are seeing the measure the amount of electromagnetic frequency that's coming off of something, and it's recording it in milligauss. So,
Which is what?
a unit. So the K2 unit, which is actually the most popular ghost hunting specific EMF, the one I believe starts at 10 milligauss. So this will actually sense before that. So this would be giving you just about 2 dots on the K2 for reference. Okay. All right, well, it's working. We can get back upstairs and know for sure what's going on. So we are going to try and get our producer of the show, Megan, here to ask some questions. Maybe we'll get some more responses or some different responses. So.
Okay, hi Spirit. My name is Megan, and I just wanted to find out a little bit more about you. So, we didn't get a clear answer, so if you're female, can you touch the antenna? So you are not a female. You are a male? If you are a male, can you touch the antenna? If you would rather talk to Daniel, can you touch the antenna?
They're quiet all of a sudden.
Yep, very quiet. I can leave you to talk to Daniel then. I'll just go over here. Okay, I get it.
All right.
So the building is very old. Did you know any of these stories or anything like this before you moved in?
No.
Nothing.
But one part of our business is, well, we sell crystals and gemstones, but part of our business too is we have psychics that come every couple weeks and they do readings for people. So some of the psychics that we have had come have seen people in the building. This older man hunched over, wandering around. They call him Cornelius. So I'm not sure if that's his name, Cornelius. And there is a woman apparently with him, but she's more in the background. He's more out there. He's kind of keeping an eye on things, and he stands in the door and he looks out the window quite a bit. And I haven't seen him, but I've had several different people describe the same person. So apparently he's there, but nothing negative. He's just chilling, hanging out.
Just a regular resident
just
there
a
at this
regular
point.
guy. Apparently he looks out for us. So a very positive guy. But yeah, we do hear the few bumps and footsteps and that. But nothing negative. They're just hanging out.
I'm glad to hear everything is positive, at least.
Yes,
There's been no negative experiences.
Yes, no negative experiences other than this poor girl that saw my mom because
Right?
she wasn't
We got a
expecting
little
that.
spook.
Yeah. I felt really bad for her.
Have you had any stories from previous owners that maybe have come into the store or previous residents of the house? Alive ones, not not contact.
Yes. I haven't talked to anyone that had a business there before, but I believe there was some children of maybe Dick Corliss that had come in. They still live in town, but they haven't experienced anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting that they're still here around.
So Dick Corliss had lived in the house for I'm not sure how long, 20 years maybe, and he had a funeral home, and I think he may have put some of the bodies out behind the house into a shed when he was overflowing at the funeral home. I believe he sold the funeral home to Assman's, so I think it's the old Assman's funeral home. But that was his job. So
right. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Because to my knowledge, he had quite a few jobs in Prince George as well, where he was an undertaker. He built coffins. He ran the car dealership at the time. From doing research, he popped up here and there.
I'd love to see a picture of him and see if he is the fellow that's wandering the store.
Yes.
So, yeah, maybe we can dig up a picture of what he looked like and see if that is who we call Cornelius.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Maybe we can put some faces to names.
Yes, that would be cool. That'd be cool.
There has also been mention of a shadowy, hunched-over man that's been known to roam the main floor. He also has been noted to stand here, out through the window, looking at the street.
We have had people say they see two girls in long, fancy dresses that run up and down these stairs playing.
The stairs that I'm currently sitting on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
They're in their play space.
Okay, that's
And upstairs, is that just office space?
Yeah, but I think that's where they used to live, so the bedrooms were upstairs.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to check the upstairs now. These stairs are interesting because this is where we've heard the two small girls in white dresses playing, running up and down. So let's check that out. All right. Cool. I think this will be a good place to set up the Connect, and then we can leave it and see if anything shows up. I don't know if it was just because the stairs felt so narrow, but you did almost get a feeling coming up to the main floor. It's nothing bad, nothing evil, just a weird feeling.
A few years back, a really good friends of mine, they'd lived in Prince George probably, I don't know, maybe 20 years. Anyways, they were moving and I wanted to get them, there's a group of us, and we wanted to get them a picture of Prince George so they could remember us. And the Manor House here just off of North Nechako, they had an art gallery there. So I went there to go and find a print, and you walk in the stairs, you walk in the entrance, you go up the stairs, and to the right there was this room, which I think they were a bed and breakfast as well, and they rented it out, and it was the honeymoon suite. And it was a big open room, and it had a heart-shaped bathtub in it. Anyways, I went in there with the owner, and we looked at all the prints in there. And then we went out into the hallway, and she closed the door, and we're standing there talking about the prints. And the doorknob was like a lever doorknob, and it went down, and then the door opened. And I'm like, I know no one's in the room. And I'm like, that door just opened. And she goes, oh, that happens around here all the time. So I guess they have a resident ghost. I'm not sure. That was a few years back. So I'm not sure if that ghost is still there, but yeah, they definitely had one. I didn't see it, but I definitely saw the lever go down and the door open. And she just said it was just a daily thing over there.
Oh man, that gives me like goosebumps.
But nothing negative. They just wander I guess maybe they live there and they just wander the halls, and
it's the only ghost that can't walk through doors.
Yeah, exactly. See, my mom, she just walked through the door.
So Old habits die hard, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Yeah. So no, they're around here.